Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis has just taken another wild twist. What was already one of the most controversial matchups in boxing history is now moving states. The fight, originally planned for Atlanta's State Farm Arena, has officially been relocated to Miami's Kaseya Center after the Georgia Athletic Commission flat out refused to play ball. That's right, on November 14, inside one of Miami's loudest and most glamorous arenas, Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis will step through the ropes for their blockbuster exhibition bout. But the road to get here has been anything but smooth. Let's break this down. When Netflix announced last month that it would stream the fight live from Atlanta, fans around the world braced themselves for chaos. Paul, the YouTube star turned boxer, would be walking into the ring against one of the most feared knockout artists in the sport. The size difference alone had fans and pundits scratching their heads. Paul regularly fights around 195 pounds, while Davis has never weighed in higher than 140. That's a gap of nearly 60 pounds, unheard of at the elite level. But just as the hype was building, politics got in the way. Most Valuable Promotions, the company Paul co-founded with Nikisa Badarian, hit a wall with the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission. According to reports, MVP had applied for permits and special rule waivers to stage the event, but those waivers never came. Instead, Georgia's commission chairman Rick Thompson went public with his opposition to the fight. And Thompson did not hold back. "This is the dumbest expletive I've ever heard," he told USA Today on September 8th. "It's a money grabber, and I'm not okay with that." In one sentence, he put the fight on blast and raised the exact concern fans have been shouting about since this matchup was announced: safety and legitimacy. A 65-pound difference between fighters? For Thompson, it was too much to sanction, whether as a pro bout or as an exhibition. That left MVP with no choice. They withdrew their request for permits in Georgia and immediately went hunting for a new location. Miami, with its history of hosting high-profile boxing and crossover spectacles, stepped up. The Kaseya Center, home of the Miami Heat and one of the most electric venues in combat sports, will now host the showdown. But here's where the drama deepens. Badarian, speaking to ESPN, made it clear that MVP blames Thompson directly for sabotaging the event. According to Badarian, MVP had worked closely with the commission's executive director every step of the way. No tickets had been sold yet, and all the logistics were being handled in communication with regulators. In his eyes, Thompson went rogue, killing an event that would have brought massive value to Atlanta, both financially and culturally. That's a bold accusation, and it sets up the fight not just as Paul versus Davis, but as promotion versus politics. If you're enjoying this breakdown of the madness surrounding this fight, make sure to subscribe to MMA Arena. We bring you the drama, the rivalries, and the stories the mainstream won't tell. Back to the fight. While Atlanta lost out, Miami gained the spotlight. For Paul, the venue doesn't matter. He thrives on spectacle, and Miami gives him the same, maybe even more star power than Atlanta could have. The Kaseya Center is built for shows like this, and you can bet the crowd will be stacked with celebrities, influencers, and fight fans ready to witness chaos. For Davis, though, the controversy only grows. Critics say this is nothing more than a cash grab, a fight that risks his reputation as one of the best pound-for-pound boxers alive. Why risk stepping into the ring with a man 50 pounds heavier when he could be defending his lightweight title? Thompson's comments echo that sentiment. It's about legacy versus spectacle, and right now Tank seems to be leaning towards spectacle. Still, the fight is moving forward. Whether Florida's Combat Commission will treat it as a sanctioned bout or as a looser exhibition remains unclear. Badarian promised that more details would come during a press conference in New York, where rules, weight limits, and conditions should finally be clarified. What we do know is this: the stakes have only grown higher. Miami's relocation has turned what was already a circus into a full-blown storm. Fans now see Paul as the man forcing boxing's hand, pulling one of the most respected champions in the sport into an environment where nothing feels certain. And Davis, he risks it all. If he wins, critics will say he beat up a YouTuber who is twice his size. If he loses, the damage to his reputation could be irreparable. That's the gamble of crossover boxing, and it's why everyone will still be watching. On November 14, the lights in Miami will shine bright. The cameras will roll, Netflix will stream, and Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis will meet in a ring that neither Georgia nor its regulators wanted to see. This fight is more than a clash of fighters. It's a clash of institutions. Boxing's traditions versus boxing's future. Legacy versus spectacle. And like it or not, Miami just became the stage where it all goes down.